We dig the Ten Commandments. In fact, we even obey several of the easier ones. We like them so much, there should be a lot more of them. So we proudly present the Max X Commandments. Welcome to Maximum Exposure. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get in your face. Dude's hurting for money, and now he's just hurting. Hey, mister, the devil's here and he wants a burger dog. A gearhead can see himself in his shiny hubcaps, even when they're flying at 200 miles an hour. You're gonna meet our favorite arresting officer, because he don't do no arresting.
I apologize to the other deputy back there, too.
A devoted dad teaches kids the finer points of hockey. You know, nothing kills a party faster than a kid getting zapped by some bad wiring. It might be the lamest stunt ever seen on Max X, but it hurts so good. Look, Ma, no hands. No face. We got the do's and don'ts of life and death on the Max X Commandments.
Oh, my God! Help me! Help me, Dad!
The 11th Commandment. Thou shalt not risk thine head, nor thy neck, nor thy butt, unless the price is right. This here's Matt Berenger in Roy, Utah. He's thinking about flipping his BMX bike. Yeah, he flips it, but that ain't the landing he had in mind. One more time in slow-mo. Matt's feeling it, and it hurts.
I was just laying there like I had to go try it again, and everybody was yelling for me to do it again, and I was all pumped up because of that.
But he ain't doing it for nothing. Folks put in $240 for him if he pulls it off. He skies for the prize. But he hits no pay dirt. So does Matt quit? No way. Maybe his lucky number's 3. Yes, he does it. And the real lucky number is $240 in cash. The next day, they up the stakes to $500. But this time, he has to do it on a mountain bike, which is longer and heavier.
I don't usually ride mountain bikes, so I was scared to do it, but I was broke, so I needed the money, so I went up there and went for it.
Oh, yeah, Matt gets the green. Watch it from camera B.
What's going through my mind is that those are 2 really good days that I can totally remember for the rest of my life.
And he clears a total of 240 plus 500, which is, well, it's a lot of flipping money.
Wrong.
Uh-huh. Hey, you know it, we know it. Being a convenience store clerk sucks. Here's the weirdest 10 minutes of this Australian dude's life. It starts when a dude busts in trying to rob him with a pitchfork.
Hurry up! Just put the money in here. Hurry up!
The clerk opens the register to give the bad guy the cash.
Hurry up! Put the money.
But then he decides to fight back.
Get out of here!
How come he changes his mind? Maybe it's the bad guy's scratchy, wimpy voice.
Hurry up! Hurry up! Put the money.
The clerk runs the guy off.
Oh, God, he ain't caught. He'll come back again, you bastard.
He catches his breath and calls the cops.
Yeah, mate, making a lot of lucky attempted robbery.
And damn, wouldn't you know it? 2 more dudes show up, this time with shotguns. Well, he doesn't want to mess with that. The clerk's smart. He just gives them the money. He's also got it together enough to write down their license plate. He's smart and cool as, well, as a convenience store clerk. Then he calls the cops for the second time in 10 minutes. The shotgun dude gets caught later, but Pitchfork Boy gets away. The 12th commandment, thou shalt not render thine ho-hos, nor thy slurpees, nor thy cash unto evil men, for it is an abomination to the head office. The 22nd commandment, whilst thy car is bouncing, thou shalt avert thine eyes, and not gaze upon the vehicle, lest ye be laid low. In Tampa, Florida, these guys are doing some car hopping. They rig the lowriders with hydraulics and control them with a joystick. It's just flipping super cool. Auto boogie, gotta get down, gotta get down. Glenn Strickland's truck's jumping higher than anybody else's, when all of a sudden, the tire rim flies off and smacks him in the face. Take a look at another angle from camera B. Whoa, that's a nasty rim job. Let's slow it down. The rim pops off and slams into Glenn's face. He gets a couple of molars knocked out and a broken jaw. Nothing that a good dose of surgery won't fix. But his car bouncing days ain't over. He's back as soon as he's out of the shop. Just goes to show. You can send a man to the moon, but it's still risky to make cars fly. MaxX, also known as the Ow Show. Next, a hotshot BMXer discovers nature, becomes one with trees. Oh my God. A kid grabs onto an electrified pole. He's like, hey, it's my party and I'll fry if I want to. Spend your retirement years at the MaxX home for old dudes. Being a cop means never having to say you're sorry. You just make other guys say it.
Go over there and apologize to him.
And when Vegas craps ain't enough, some dudes bet with their lives. You think them guys are out of their minds? Check out the ones on our MaxX list. MaxX, high testosterone TV. Maximum exposure. Our commandments are really more like suggestions. In the woods of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, BMXers are showing for their friends. This here's Jay Lonergan. He's catching some air. He's catching some...
Oh my God.
Tree. How about a little slow-mo?
The second I shot off the side of the jump, I knew that I was heading for the tree.
Oh my God.
Right away, I felt my ribs were hurting, and I knocked the wind out of myself.
Jay's friends are like really impressed.
Everybody was worried that I'd be hurt. I wasn't, so pretty much right away they started laughing.
Oh, you all right? Oh my God.
Jay's all set to do it again.
I think about that crash, but the jump's a little different now, but still be a possibility to hit the tree. So just brace for it.
The 27th commandment. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, thy neighbor's ass, nor thy neighbor's tree.
Oh my God.
In Orlando, Florida, Sheriff's Deputy Craig Campbell's pulling over a car for driving erratically and almost hitting two motorcycle cops.
Step out of the car. Let me see your driver's license, please.
I'm in a lot of trouble. I need to get home.
Why are you in a lot of trouble?
Because I was supposed to be home at 11:30 to meet my friend.
All right.
I'm really sorry. I missed my turn. I make a little turn around here.
Mm-hmm. So you want to speed out in front of these two motor officers, the other two cars there, that the people had to use erratic braking because you didn't take the time to stop and wait?
I'm really sorry.
You put these two officers in jeopardy, the other two cars in jeopardy, because you're in a rush to get home.
I'm just trying to get you
You're just trying to rush home. What time were you supposed to be home, sir? Let me see your driver's license, please.
Sure, the dude's sorry, but Deputy Campbell wants him to prove it.
I took the driver over to the deputies, and I told him, I said, you have a choice. Either I can give you a uniform traffic citation, or I would like for you to apologize to the two deputies for almost running into them.
You need to apologize to these two deputies there. Go apologize to the other deputy back there, too. Go over there and apologize to him.
The dude does what he's told. Good idea.
Now come over here and apologize to this deputy.
Everybody has an excuse. Everybody's late to go nowhere. Everybody's in a hurry to go nowhere. You know, and I'm so tired of people trying to make time on the road. They need to get up an hour earlier. You need to be responsible enough so that you can be to your appointment on time.
All right, well, be careful and going home now, okay? All right, you take care.
Deputy Campbell lets the dude off easy. He knows the 35th commandment. Thou shalt honor law enforcement, lest ye be laid on thy belly in the street, with thine hands behind thy back, cupping. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Folks are chewed up and ticked off. All because of this guy and his dogs. His neighbors claim he sets his dogs loose on him. A reporter's on the scene.
Oxney stays out in the backyard, calling us names.
Looking dogs. Dogman throws some water on the situation. Yeah, that helps.
What the hell does he think he is? He ain't the owner of the world, the SOB.
We ain't exactly sure what she's got planned with that piece of wood. The reporter tries to get Dogman out to talk, but he ain't budging. So they call the cops. And Dogman ain't so cantankerous no more.
Can you keep the dogs inside under a leash? If you want to, you can settle this later in court.
Dogman says he'll get his dogs to chill, and he'll stop throwing water on his neighbors. Come on, we ain't believing that for a minute. But believe this, the 18th commandment. Thou shalt have a fully funded 401k, lest thy retirement be spent in squalor with loathsome beasts. Folks are celebrating a girl's 15th birthday in Tampico, Mexico. Everybody's having fun, right? Wrong. Not little Felipe de Jesus Gonzalez. Watch as he grabs the metal pole and gets zapped. Electrical current shoots right through him. His bare feet in the ground are in excellent contact to complete the circuit for some fierce electrocuting. Nobody notices because they're all thinking about dancing with the birthday girl. Finally, Felipe's brother rescues him. Now, what happened was the music system had bad wiring and electrified the pole, and Felipe turned into a pint-sized conductor. Don't worry, Felipe's okay. Just some small burns on his hands. After his ordeal, he gets some FaceTime with the lady. Felipe learns a valuable lesson. The 41st commandment. Thou shalt not grab electrical poles, no matter how much it impresses the ladies. Thou shalt not take the Max X name in vain. Later, it's a thin line between juggling and death. All kids are sneaky little creeps. We got proof. Hey, we went to a fight and a hockey game broke out. You're gonna freak out in the back of a cop car. Don't let the cop hear you. What was that? And it's a thin line between fun and death, especially when it snaps. If you don't think them dudes are screwed up, where do you see the guys on our Max X list? Max X, the only TV show with its own restraining order. Hallelujah! Max X is testifying. Here's the 67th commandment. Thou shalt not steal mail, lest ye be delivered unto the wrath of Dennis. Dennis Chavez in Coral Springs, Florida has a big problem.
I own a flooring company, and all my suppliers weren't, receiving any payments. We know we put them out, and nobody was getting anything.
So Dennis decides to do some surveillating.
I figured somebody must be stealing this stuff, so I came home early one day from work, set up the video camera.
And he points it at his mailbox. Inside is a fake letter he's using as bait. The kid rides by on his bike. As everybody knows, kids are always up to no good. Especially kids with this lawyer crap on their faces. He's casing the box. Man, he really needs lessons in acting unsuspicious. He opens the mailbox, and he's psyched. He swings back and takes the bait.
Yeah, right there!
Bingo.
The kid's dead meat. He goes to jail for 163 years. Well, actually, we don't know what happens to him, except that we know he's dealt with a juvie court. All because of Dennis's excellent powers of observation.
Video cameras. They're great.
Jugglers. One small step above mimes on the coolness ladder. And this one's named Tane Collins.
I come from a long line of jugglers. My father, he juggled like this.
He's working a resort in the Poconos, entertaining kids and their rents.
Trick's funnest.
Whee! He does okay with beanbags and plastic clubs. Now he's gonna amp up the excitement by juggling flaming torches.
Kids definitely don't try to, especially if your parents are.
Tane Collins, man of danger.
Flaming torches, thank you very much.
He's hearing it from the crowd. He's thinking, he's the juggling man. Two of his torches go out. He relights them and... Uh-oh, bad move, Tane. Kids start losing it, especially this one. Let's see that in slow-mo. Yep, little dude's freaking. Back to Tane. He lights the torches, then his shoe catches fire. Sure, now the kids think it's funny. But they ain't laughing when he kicks the fire across the room.
Everybody out?
They put it out quick without much damage, although the resort asked him to lose the fire trick for the rest of the summer. Now Tane's got one of them super cool Sean Cassidy haircuts. Of course, he's still a juggler.
Well, I'm doing my torch routine, and one of the torches went out. Two of them are still lit. Go back down here into my cup of lighter fluid, and as these two were still on fire, I dipped this one in, and I guess it touched this, something dripped in, and then the whole cup caught on fire.
Wait, hold on a second. Tane says one of his torches went out. Now, our tape shows two of them went out. Why is he changing his story, huh? Can you say cover up? He's a better juggler now, but that ain't saying much.
The flaming flourish?
The 54th commandment. Thou shalt not play with fire, especially if thou ain't good at it. The 20th commandment. Thou shalt not play the game of hockey with all thy teeth. The Riverside Jets and the Middlesex Islanders are going at it in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Youth hockey at its finest. Because a fight breaks out. Hey, keep your eye on number 68, Eric Myers. Dude starts mixing it up. Now, number 88's a lot bigger than Eric and gives him a shove. And Eric skates after him for some payback. Bam! A big dude slugs him. No doubt going for Hockey Dad of the Year. Watch in slow-mo. Eric goes after 88. The dad drops him with an excellent right cross. But look closer. Eric's meaning to blindside 88. And he winds up being the one who gets smacked down.
I was surprised because that doesn't happen every day.
And his mom ain't too happy about it.
Eric obviously got upset and he went after the child, which is wrong. But they're children. They reacted like children. And I expect an adult to act like an adult.
They ain't gonna settle this on the ice. They're going to court. In Forest City, Arkansas, state troopers pull over a dude for speeding. They only give him a warning. He's thinking, wow, he's lucky. But he ain't getting off that easy. They want to search his car, and he lets them. And that's when his world goes to hell. They find a suitcase full of bags of pot, 12 pounds in all. They stick the guy inside the cruiser and put the bags on the hood. A microphone in the car picks up anything he says.
No!
He realizes he's up the creek without a paddle and expresses his concern about his fate.
Oh, I can't believe it! Oh, no! No! Please, no! No, no, please, no! Oh, my God! Help me! Help me, God! No, please! God almighty!
The trooper hears him.
Please! Please, no! No! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God!
Why was that?
You hollered late, you know, sir, I'm just freaked out.
They haul the dude in, and it looks bad for him. But the case gets dismissed on a technicality. It's like a miracle. That'll teach you the 79th commandment. Thou shalt not waste the Lord's precious time with lamentations and whining, for we thinketh it buggeth him.
Help me, God!
You're living the Max X life. Coming up, motorcycle riding ain't what it's cracked up to be when you're cracking your head. Surfers take a shortcut to waves. It's a shortcut to pain. Damn, the Max X Critter's got a whole mess of two. Jumping 43 stories in Las Vegas. Bet you 5-2 something bad happens. If that leaves you panting for more, stick around and laugh up our Max X list. Maximum exposure. Hey, we got big plastic bracelets on our ankles. Cool. You're casting the first stone with maximum exposure. Everybody knows that any dude who nicknames himself Crazy has more guts than brains. Like Crazy Dave, a.k.a. Ellis Lott. Here's his strategy.
When I do a jump, it's never been done before, and I've never rehearsed it.
Good thinking. He's gonna jump his bike over 5 trucks and 2 cars. Well, that's what he's planning to do anyways.
I honestly think, why am I doing this? I'm crazy, I'm stupid. And I sit there and think to myself, can I fake a heart attack? I fake like I'm having a stroke so the audience don't get mad. But I can't do that to them. I just get on the bike and do it and hope like heck that I make it.
Okay, Crazy Dave's ready to get crazy. That sucks. That's the lamest stunt we've ever seen. We've seen a lot of lame ones. But we gotta admit, it's fun to watch. Here it is in slow-mo.
I hit one of the stones and took my front wheel off. I missed the ramp completely. After that, my only thing was trying to survive, trying to stop myself going up. And at 90 miles an hour, you can't stop.
Yep, you heard it from Crazy Dave. At 90 miles an hour, you can't stop. It's amazing he survives it all.
Injuries that I had were, I had torn up arteries in my arm. I had a broken ankle, broken leg, broken arm. They had to pull slivers out of my body from the ramp itself.
He makes a full recovery. It only takes him a year.
It was a good crash. It's like if you get thrown off a horse, you get back on the horse and you ride again. If you get thrown off the motorcycle, you get back on and ride again. No. Never bothered me whatsoever.
Ellis ain't obeying the 53rd commandment. Thou shalt remember to wear thy false teeth for all television interviews. In Marshalltown, Iowa, Nancy, Paul, and her kin are paying a visit to their horse, Cody. Cody's got a new colt, her first one. And you don't want to get between a mama horse and her baby.
She turned around and grabbed a hold of my...
Nancy's having trouble spitting it out. Here's some suggestions. She's still at a loss for words. Well, here's some more.
Grabbed a hold of my breast.
Whoa! We never thought of that one.
And picked me right up off the ground and threw me right into the side of the barn.
Are you all right, Nancy?
I'm not going to know until I take a look at my...
Ah, she's fine.
I just think that it was her reacting to somebody coming into her territory and messing with her colt. I think it's just that motherly instinct that animals have.
Nancy doesn't follow the 36th commandment. Thou shalt not mess with Max X critters. Dude, we dig surfing, but hate all that paddling out to the waves. It's way too much work for us. These dudes got themselves a shortcut. Dive off rocks into the breaking waves. This is like totally the Max X way to surf, dude.
Is he gonna jump off that way? There he goes.
Oh!
Oh! Wow, right on.
They could smash their heads like melons against the rocks.
Look, we got another one. He slid down.
He makes it look easy, but it ain't. This dude don't want nobody to know who he is, which is too bad. Because this is the greatest surfer talking in the whole, like, universe.
Well, it's kind of like riding a roller coaster. It's filled with highs and lows. You get the great feeling of maybe catching a great wave, and then you're trying to get in or out, and possibly you get slapped up against the rocks, and all of a sudden, you know, you're getting thrown around in the pit. Just kind of like a giant toilet bowl. You're really fearing for your life.
Whoa. Actually, we've never been in a giant toilet bowl, but we'll take his word for it. Speaking of circling the drain...
Oh, he's in it! Get up, get up! He's unconscious! Oh, my God, he's out! Go!
He's out cold. Let's pause to appreciate the irony of drowning in a tiny pool of water when you got the whole ocean to drown in. Boy, that sure is ironic. It's full of irony. In fact, the irony is so thick you can cut it with an irony cutting device. Okay, that's enough irony for today.
He's up! Oh, my God!
The dude's walking a little stunned-like.
This guy slipped, fell in the pool, slipping again.
I'd say the biggest mistake that people make when surfing off the rocks is just underestimating Mother Nature and not taking enough time to really analyze the situation.
We're thinking these dudes ain't exactly the analytical types.
You guys should definitely go in at no surf, dude. Don't try and get back in here, dude. Go to no surf.
They don't listen, and they're gonna pay. This dude's back slams on the rocks. Here he goes! Well, that's what they get for disobeying the 71st commandment. Thou shalt not layeth upon the sharp rocks of the sea, lest thy nap be permanent. It's an abomination, dude.
See you later.
Max X will huff and puff and blow them other shows down. Next, Ride Free or Die. Dude, it's just the same. Ain't nothing says grounded like trashing Dad's car. And 5 people jumped to set that new world record. Well, maybe not. If you want to get really raucous, hang out for our Max X list. Max X, the TV show that gives the networks coyote arm. In case you forgot, you're watching Max X. Tampa, Florida. 5 people want to set a world record in bungee jumping.
Hold on.
4 men and 1 woman are going to swing 100 feet above the water.
Check your harnesses. Check all your harnesses.
That's bad. Real bad.
Did this cable snap? Yeah. They didn't do one swing?
No, they went right in at full speed.
Their friends rescue them. Bad news. Some of them are injured.
Keep breathing!
Steve Trotter's got like 3 broken ribs. He's the stunt coordinator.
Boy, we hit that water. It was like you're hitting cement. I just kept on holding my cross. Please, God, don't let my friends die.
Keep breathing! Come on, cameraman, come and help someone. I'll save him.
It don't look good.
She was out. I mean, her eyes were rolled back in her head, and we didn't know what to do.
911. 911.
Let's see the whole thing again and find out what went wrong.
2, 3, go!
It turned into a disaster because the cable pulled apart from the main harness. I'll never take another friend on a stunt again. You know, thank God my friends lived.
They all live, and nobody's got any permanent damage. Next time, they'll remember the 89th commandment. Thou shalt have a good line, or thou shalt sleep with the fishes. In the Florida Everglades near Fort Lauderdale, dudes are styling on their brand new bikes. They dig showing off. This dude's gonna try and catch a wave. Whoa, he catches road with his face.
Man. Hey, get on the phone and call somebody. Did he break his neck?
Let's go, let's go in the car, let's go, come on.
Here it is slowed down real good. Paul Recon stands up on the seat. He goes over and does an asphalt face plant. To add injury to injury, his bike hits him in the back.
I saw Paul stand on the seat like he was going to surf, and then the bike started to flip. He lost his balance, grabbed the handlebars, and accidentally grabbed the brake. And
his helmet saves his life. Hard to believe, but Paul's only injury is a cut to his hand. He's okay enough to ride home on his bike. 30 miles. From now on, Paul will obey the 33rd commandment. Thou shalt surf or drive, but thou shalt pick only one. The 23rd commandment. When thou be in Las Vegas, always push thy luck. This here's Frank Gamboli and Shane McConkey. They're in Vegas to gamble, but it ain't craps. It's base jumping off the top of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. 43 stories high.
Oh boy. All three getting sweaty already.
They make their way up to the roof.
First building.
It's 600 feet down to the Las Vegas Strip. That's the getaway car. First, they gotta land nearby. Then they gotta run to it as fast as they can. Camera B's rolling too.
My boys, get ready. Good opening. Next up. Nice one. Nice one. Good opening.
Frank nails it. He lands right where he should be on the sidewalk. Shane's another story. He floats out into traffic. They're almost in the clear.
All right, we're out.
But Frank's chute gets hung up on a street sign. Game over, dudes. Frank and Shane beat some security guys. They gotta cough up $300 for trespassing. Which ain't that bad for a weekend in Vegas when you think about it. Joyriding in your parents' car with your friends. What else could you possibly need? Hey, fireworks! Adam Johnson and his buds are cruising around Kansas City in the family car. They're setting off fireworks on the run. You know, this is Max X, so you know they're gonna screw it up somehow, and they do. So, you think Mom and Dad will notice them sulfur burns? There goes Adam's allowance for like the next 20 years. Yo, Adam, obey this. The 58th commandment. Honor thy father and mother, and especially their car. We're off the goal. Maximum exposure. See? That didn't hurt you a bit. There's just one more itty-bitty thing. Watch the coolest stuff we got on our Max X list. You've been hanging with Maximum Exposure. And now it's time to stand up and give praise for our Max X list. The most important commandments. Coming in at number 3. Edward Woody's been a Hollywood paparazzi for a long time. We're not sure who this guy is, but we think he's some big celebrity. He also shoots the ladies.
That was the party.
One night he runs into a little problem.
I came out of my apartment and discovered a car had been broken into. The photographer that was with me ran up to the police officer who lived in our apartment building, and I ran out on the street in my car to see if I could find anyone who might be suspicious.
Sure enough, a block away, he comes upon a suspicious-looking dude who heads right for Woody. Woody's neighbor, the cop, stops him and makes the dude empty out his backpack.
Yes? There you go.
Big old bowl cutters. Nice. It's what every trend-setting bad guy should have in his bag this season.
You don't have any idea on you whatsoever? No, sir.
Backup arrives. They say there's a warrant out on the guy. Who would have thunk it, huh? He says, adios, amigos.
He knew the jig was up and took off down the street as fast as he could go.
Woody's wheezing, but he keeps on shooting.
All right. Awesome, officer, awesome.
The bad guy's convicted of receiving stolen property. That translates to 3 months in jail and 2 years probation. Woody knows all about the 44th commandment. Thou shalt keep on rolling, no matter what.
Awesome, officer, awesome.
Coming in at number 2. Question: what's more stupid than drunk folks camping out for a motorcycle race? Well, before you say nothing, here's the answer. You guessed it. Drunk folks camping out for a motorcycle race, pushing stuff into a swamp. Yep, these inbreeds thought it'd be funny to push someone's van into the drink. Then jump around. Then smash its windows. Then set it on fire. Brilliant. Will backwoods dirt bike racing ever get back the credibility it once had? Max X fears no. The 99th commandment. Thou shalt not torch thy neighbor's van, lest thy lights be punched out.
Yeah.
And slamming in at number 1 on our Max X list. It's the Randy and Scott Show. They're all set for the ride of their lives.
Camera's rolling. Keep your head back and enjoy the ride.
Scott, I swear.
It's called the ejector seat. Sort of like a big old slingshot. This here's the Dixie Classic Fair in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Randy Bell and Scott Snow are looking for some macho thrills. But they ain't looking too tough now, boys.
Oh, we're going. We're going. Oh, God almighty.
That was better than sex. Well, certain kinds of sex. They bask in their adrenaline afterglow.
Peace, Mom. Love y'all, meet it. David and Angie, all y'all with you here. Oh, God.
Randy was more scared than I was. He was more chicken.
Well, I do admit I was the scared one here. Terrified, just didn't know what the outcome was going to be.
We're going. Oh, God almighty.
I would like to at least try it once or twice.
I would do it again.
Randy and Scott obey the 69th commandment. Thou shalt be Max X dudes forever. Well, that's all we got. Remember, honor thy Max X commandments, or there's gonna be all kinds of trouble. We're gone.
Six contestants battle each other, the clock, and you host George Gray in a contest to see who is the strongest link. Catch the all-new Weakest Link, weekdays at 5 and 5:30, starting January 7th on UPN 11, Seattle's ones to watch. Now, stay tuned for Stargate SG-1 coming up next.